The Zodiac Killer remains one of the most mysterious and terrifying figures in American criminal history. Operating in Northern California during the late 1960s and early 1970s, the Zodiac Killer claimed responsibility for a series of murders, sending letters, ciphers, and taunting notes to the police and media. Despite an intense investigation, the killer was never caught, and his identity remains unknown to this day. The first confirmed victims of the Zodiac Killer were David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, shot on December 20, 1968, near Vallejo, California. The couple had parked their car on a remote road when a masked man approached and fired at them. Faraday died instantly, while Jensen was mortally wounded. The crime sent shockwaves through the local community, marking the beginning of a reign of terror. Just a few months later, on July 4, 1969, the Zodiac attacked Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau in a parking lot in Vallejo. Ferrin was killed, but Mageau survived despite severe injuries. This attack marked the beginning of the killer's communications with the public. The Zodiac sent a series of letters to newspapers, taking credit for these murders and others. Each letter contained cryptic ciphers and codes, challenging authorities and the press to decipher them. One of the most infamous communications was the Zodiac 408 cipher, sent in 3 parts to the San Francisco Chronicle, San Francisco Examiner, and Vallejo Times-Herald in August 1969. In it, the Zodiac claimed he enjoyed killing and that he would kill again, all while mocking the police. The letters often included symbols, such as a circle with a cross through it, which became the infamous Zodiac symbol recognized worldwide. On September 27, 1969, the Zodiac wrote to the San Francisco Examiner, claiming the murder of Paul Stein, a cab driver in San Francisco. What was chilling about this crime was the audacity. The killer entered a densely populated city, murdered a man in his taxi, and mailed a piece of Stein's shirt to the newspaper with the letter, proving he had committed the crime. This marked a turning point, showing the Zodiac was not only calculating but also brazen. Despite intense investigation, including questioning hundreds of suspects, the police were never able to confirm the identity of the Zodiac. Several suspects have been proposed over the years, including Arthur Lee Allen, who remains the most well-known suspect, yet no conclusive evidence has ever linked him to the crimes. The Zodiac also sent multiple letters that included more ciphers, some of which remain unsolved, leaving experts and amateur codebreakers still puzzling over his messages. In addition to letters, the Zodiac's killings were marked by randomness and fear. Victims ranged from teenagers to adults, often targeted in secluded areas. He carefully selected his victims to instill terror, sometimes choosing couples in remote locations to ensure privacy and surprise. Some attacks involved shootings, while others involved stabbings, creating confusion and unpredictability. One of the most infamous unsolved ciphers is the Zodiac 340 cipher, sent to the San Francisco Chronicle in November 1969. For over 50 years, this cipher remained unbroken, tantalizing cryptographers and amateur detectives alike. Only in December 2020 was the cipher finally solved, revealing a disturbing and mocking message, yet the Zodiac's identity remains a mystery. The Zodiac also communicated with the media through taunting phone calls and letters, boasting about his crimes, criticizing police efforts, and promising more killings. These communications created a climate of fear and paranoia, not only in Northern California, but across the United States. Communities became wary, couples avoided remote areas, and the press played a key role in keeping the public alert while simultaneously engaging with the Zodiac's challenges. Despite decades passing, the Zodiac case continues to fascinate true crime enthusiasts, cryptographers, and journalists. The combination of clever cryptography, random violence, and taunting correspondence creates a narrative that is both chilling and compelling. The mystery surrounding his identity, whether he is dead or alive, whether he committed more murders than those confirmed, keeps the story alive and ensures the Zodiac Killer remains a permanent figure in the history of crime. His impact goes beyond the murders themselves. The Zodiac Killer has influenced popular culture, inspiring books, films, and documentaries. Movies like Zodiac, 2007, directed by David Fincher, have portrayed the investigation in meticulous detail, highlighting the frustration and obsession of those pursuing the case. Podcasts, YouTube documentaries, and books continue to explore possible suspects, the unsolved ciphers, and theories surrounding his psychology. Case also highlights weaknesses in law enforcement at the time. Police departments had limited technology, poor communication between jurisdictions, and few resources for handling a serial killer who taunted them publicly. Today, modern forensic technology, DNA analysis, and digital databases offer new hope for solving cold cases, yet the Zodiac remains elusive. In examining the Zodiac Killer, one sees not only the crimes committed, but the psychological profile of someone who seeks attention and control. His letters demonstrate narcissism, obsession with recognition, and a desire to terrorize both the public and law enforcement. The calculated nature of the murders, combined with public taunting, created a blend of horror and intrigue that still captivates people today. The Zodiac Killer case also raises important questions about media ethics. Newspapers often published his letters verbatim, partially because they wanted the public to see the threat, but also because it increased circulation. This interplay between media exposure and the killer's desire for attention created a feedback loop, making the case even more famous and complex. Ultimately, the Zodiac Killer remains a symbol of the unknown, a reminder of how one person can instill fear across a wide region while remaining completely hidden. The story is a mix of horror, mystery, and psychological intrigue, perfect for those who want to understand the dark side of human nature. His murders, letters, and unsolved ciphers are not just history. They are a continuing puzzle for anyone brave enough to explore it, keeping the legend alive even decades later.